Time is the one resource you cannot negotiate with. You can delay a meeting, you can reschedule an appointment, you can even rebuild lost money, but time, once it's gone forever. And yet most people treat it as if it's unlimited. They spend it casually, waste it carelessly, and then wonder why their life isn't where they want it to be. Let me tell you something simple but powerful. Your life does not improve by chance, it improves by change, and that change begins with how you use your time. Every single day you are given 24 hours, not 23, not 25, exactly the same as the most successful people in the world. The difference is not in the amount of time, but in how it's invested. Some people invest their hours into growth, learning, discipline, and action. Others spend their hours in distraction, hesitation, and excuses. And the results? Completely different lives. You must become a good manager of your time before you can become a good manager of your life. Don't say, I don't have time. That's not true. The truth is, you don't have priorities aligned with your goals. When something is truly important, you will find the time. When it's not, you will find an excuse. Think about how many hours are lost every week scrolling, watching, waiting, complaining, procrastinating. These small leaks sink big ships. A few minutes wasted here and there may not seem like much, but over months and years, they become the reason you didn't achieve your dreams. Success is not built in a day, it is built daily. The discipline you practice today determines the life you live tomorrow. If you waste today, you are borrowing failure from the future. But if you invest today, you are building a future filled with opportunity, confidence, and freedom. Here's a powerful truth. Time has more value than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. So why do people guard their money more carefully than their time? Why do they hesitate to spend a few dollars, but freely give away hours of their life to things that don't matter? You must start asking yourself better questions. Is this activity moving me forward or holding me back? Is this worth my time? Is this helping me grow or keeping me comfortable? Because comfort is the biggest enemy of progress. It feels good, it feels safe, but it keeps you stuck. Growth requires discomfort. It requires you to use your time intentionally, even when you don't feel like it. Don't wait for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Discipline is what stays. Discipline is what wakes you up early, keeps you focused, and pushes you to act even when you're tired. You don't need more time, you need more focus. Start small, but start now. Use 1 hour today to improve yourself. 1 hour of learning, 1 hour of planning, 1 hour of working on your goals. That 1 hour repeated daily will transform your life, because consistency beats intensity every time. And remember this, lost time is never found again. The days you waste today will become regrets tomorrow. And regret is a heavy price to pay for something you could have controlled. Don't reach a point in your life where you look back and say, I had the time, but I didn't use it. Instead, be the person who says, I used every moment I could to build something meaningful. Time is your greatest asset. Treat it that way. Guard it. Invest it. Respect it. Because the way you spend your time is the way you shape your destiny. So stop waiting. Stop delaying. Stop wasting. Your future is being created right now by what you choose to do with this very moment. Time is the most valuable resource you possess, yet it is often the most overlooked. Unlike money, opportunities, or even relationships, time is the one thing that, once spent, can never be regained. You can recover from financial loss, rebuild your career, and reconnect with people, but you cannot reclaim a single wasted hour. This makes time your greatest asset, whether you recognize it or not. To truly understand its value, you must shift your mindset from spending time to investing it. Most people spend time the way they spend loose change, without thinking, without tracking, and without concern for where it goes. Hours disappear into distractions, unproductive habits, and meaningless routines. But those who succeed treat time like a high-value investment. They ask themselves, what return will I get from this hour? That simple question changes everything. When you begin to see time as an investment, your choices start to improve. You become more intentional. Instead of asking, how can I pass the time, you begin to ask, how can I use this time to grow? Growth can come in many forms: learning a new skill, improving your mindset, strengthening your discipline, or taking action toward your goals. Each of these is a deposit into your future. The challenge is that time does not feel urgent in the moment. Wasting 1 hour today doesn't seem like a big deal. But when that hour is repeated day after day, week after week, it quietly shapes your life. The difference between success and failure is often hidden in these small daily decisions. It's not about dramatic changes, but about consistent awareness of how your time is being used. Another important lesson is understanding opportunity cost. Every moment you choose one activity, you are giving up another. When you spend time on distractions, you are sacrificing time that could have been used for progress. This doesn't mean you should never relax or enjoy yourself, but it does mean you should be conscious of balance. Recreation should refresh you, not consume you. People often say they don't have enough time, but in reality, they haven't learned how to value it properly. Everyone has the same 24 hours, but not everyone uses them with purpose. Those who achieve more are not given extra time, they simply make better decisions with the time they have. When you start respecting time, others will too. You become more focused, more reliable, and more effective. You stop delaying important tasks and begin acting with urgency. This doesn't mean rushing through life, it means being present and intentional with each moment. Your future is built on how you use your time today. Every skill you develop, every habit you build, and every step you take is paid for with time. So the question is not whether you have time, but how you are choosing to use it. If you want a better life, don't look for more resources, look at your schedule. That's where your true priorities are revealed. Treat your time like the valuable asset it is, invest it wisely, and you will begin to see a return that shapes your entire future. Success is not a sudden event, it is a gradual process shaped by what you do every single day. People often look for big opportunities, dramatic changes, or moments of inspiration to transform their lives. But the truth is far simpler and far more powerful. You have your daily discipline that determines your direction. What you choose to do repeatedly, even in small ways, builds the foundation of your future. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It is not about perfection or intensity, it is about consistency. Anyone can be motivated for a day or two, but real progress comes from showing up again and again, regardless of your mood, your energy, or your circumstances. This is where most people fall short. They rely on how they feel instead of committing to what they know is right. Every action you take is like casting a vote for the kind of person you want to become. When you choose to wake up early, you vote for discipline. When you choose to learn instead of waste time, you vote for growth. When you choose to stay focused instead of giving in to distractions, you vote for success. These votes may seem small on their own, but over time, they create a clear identity and a powerful momentum. It's important to understand that discipline is not punishment, it is self-respect in action. When you follow through on your commitments, you build trust in yourself. You prove that your goals are more important than temporary comfort. On the other hand, when you constantly delay or avoid what needs to be done, you weaken that trust and make it harder to move forward. Daily discipline also removes the need for constant decision-making. When you build routines, you eliminate the question of, should I do this today? It becomes automatic. You don't negotiate with your goals, you simply act. This is why successful people often have structured habits. They understand that routines protect their time, energy, and focus. Another key aspect is patience. The results of discipline are not always immediate. You may not see progress in a day or a week, but that doesn't mean it's not working. Just like planting a seed, growth happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible. If you stay consistent, the results will come, and when they do, they will reflect the effort you've invested over time. It's also important to remember that discipline in one area of life often strengthens others. When you learn to control your actions in your work, you become more disciplined in your health, your mindset, and your relationships. It creates a ripple effect that improves your entire life. There will be days when it feels difficult. There will be moments when you want to quit, delay, or take the easy path. But those are the moments that matter most. That is where discipline proves its value, not when it's easy, but when it's hard. In the end, your future is not decided by what you do occasionally, but by what you do consistently. Small actions repeated daily have the power to transform your life in ways you cannot imagine right now. Stay committed, stay disciplined, and trust the process, because every step you take today is shaping the success you will experience tomorrow. Productivity is not about doing more things, it is about doing the right things. Many people confuse being busy with being productive, but they are not the same. You can fill your entire day with activity and still make no real progress. True productivity begins when you understand your priorities and align your time with what truly matters. Your priorities are a reflection of your values and your goals. If you say something is important but you don't dedicate time to it, then it is not truly a priority, it is just an intention. Time is the ultimate proof of what matters in your life. Where you invest your hours reveals the truth about your focus and commitment. Clarity is the starting point. If you are not clear about what you want, you will easily fall into distractions. You will say yes to things that don't serve you, and you will spend time on activities that lead nowhere. But when you define your goals clearly, your decisions become easier. You begin to filter your actions through a simple question: is this helping me move forward? Once your priorities are clear, the next step is learning to say no. This is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to something that truly matters. Protecting your time requires courage, because not every opportunity, invitation, or request deserves your attention. Distractions are the biggest threat to productivity. In today's world, it is easy to lose hours without even realizing it. Small interruptions, constant notifications, and endless entertainment options can quietly take control of your schedule. That is why you must become intentional about where your focus goes. Focus is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. Planning also plays a critical role. If you don't plan your day will plan you. Start by identifying your most important tasks, the ones that have the greatest impact on your goals. Tackle those tasks first, while your energy is high and your mind is clear. This creates momentum and gives your day a sense of purpose. It's important to understand that not everything deserves equal attention. Some tasks are urgent but not important, while others are important but not urgent. The key is to spend more time on what is important, even if it doesn't demand immediate attention. This is where long-term success is built, through consistent focus on meaningful work. Another powerful principle is eliminating what does not serve you. This includes habits, activities, and even environments that drain your time without adding value. Simplifying your life creates more space for what truly matters. It allows you to concentrate your energy on fewer things, but with greater intensity and effectiveness. When your priorities are aligned, your productivity improves naturally. You no longer feel overwhelmed or scattered. Instead, you feel focused, intentional, and in control of your time. You begin to see progress, not because you are doing more, but because you are doing what matters most. At the end of the day, success is not about how much you do, it's about how much of what you do actually counts. When you master your priorities, you master your time. And when you master your time, you take control of your life's direction. Motivation is often celebrated as the driving force behind success. But the truth is, it is one of the most unreliable tools you can depend on. It comes in bursts, sometimes strong, sometimes completely absent. If you rely only on motivation, your progress will always be inconsistent. You will start strong when you feel inspired, but you will stop when that feeling fades. That is why consistency, not motivation, is the real key to lasting change. Consistency means showing up regardless of how you feel. It means doing the work even on the days when you lack energy, when you feel distracted, or when you simply don't feel like it. This is where real growth happens, not in moments of excitement, but in moments of discipline. Anyone can take action when they feel motivated, but only a few can continue when it becomes difficult or routine. One of the biggest misconceptions is that successful people are always motivated. In reality, they are simply more committed to their habits. They understand that waiting to feel ready is a trap. Instead, they build systems and routines that make action automatic. They remove the need to decide every day whether they will do something, they just do it. Consistency builds momentum. When you take action daily, even in small amounts, you create a rhythm that becomes easier to maintain over time. At first, it may feel difficult and forced, but as you continue, it becomes part of who you are. Your habits begin to define you. What once required effort now feels natural. It's also important to understand that small actions repeated consistently lead to significant results. People often underestimate the power of doing a little every day. They look for big, dramatic efforts, but those are hard to sustain. Consistency, on the other hand, compounds over time. Just like saving a small amount of money regularly can grow into something substantial, small daily efforts can transform your life. There will be days when you miss a step, when things don't go as planned. That's part of the process. The key is not perfection, it is persistence. Missing one day is not failure, but giving up is. The goal is to return quickly, to stay committed, and to keep moving forward without letting temporary setbacks turn into permanent habits. Another important factor is identity. When you act consistently, you begin to see yourself differently. You no longer say, "I'm trying to be disciplined." Instead, you start believing, "I am disciplined." This shift in identity reinforces your behavior and makes it easier to stay on track. Consistency also builds trust, not only with yourself, but with others. When you show up regularly and deliver results over time, people begin to rely on you. You become dependable, focused, and strong in your commitments. This reliability is a powerful asset in both personal and professional life. The truth is, you don't need to feel motivated to take action. Action itself creates motivation. Once you start, even in a small way, your energy begins to build. The hardest part is always the beginning. But if you can push past that, you will find that consistency becomes your greatest strength. In the end, success is not about what you do occasionally when you feel inspired at, is about what you do every day, especially when you don't feel like it. Stay consistent, stay committed, and trust that your efforts, no matter how small, are shaping a stronger, more successful version of yourself. In the end, everything comes back to one simple truth. The quality of your life is determined by how you use your time, how disciplined you remain, how clearly you define your priorities, and how consistently you take action. These are not complicated ideas, but they require commitment. They demand that you become more intentional, more focused, and more responsible for your daily choices. Time is your greatest asset, and every day you are either investing it wisely or wasting it carelessly. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, built through small actions repeated daily. Your priorities act as your compass, guiding your energy toward what truly matters. And consistency is the force that turns effort into results, transforming ordinary actions into extraordinary outcomes over time. You don't need to change everything overnight. What you need is to start valuing your time, start building disciplined habits, start focusing on your true priorities, and most importantly, start showing up every single day. Because success is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice, repeated consistently. If you commit to these principles, you won't just improve your productivity, you will transform your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your entire life. The future you desire is not far away, it is being created right now, in the way you think, the way you act, and the way you choose to spend this very moment.